Y'all, it's me, Mr. Crone again. I hope that you were able to log into Nearpod from our last lesson and complete it. If you needed any help or had any problems, feel free to give me a call or text. If you don't have my number, it's 231-350-3278. Again, give me a text, call me, whatever, I can help you log on. Today we're going to do our next lesson on Nearpod. So just like before, you're either going to go to the app, which I recommend downloading, or you can go onto your web browser, type in Nearpod. You're going to click on Student. Should pop up. There we go. The code for this week is CXMKU. Again, CXMKU. You're going to hit the orange arrow. Should pop up. Put your name in. Hit join session. For me, I have to reload it each time. I don't know why, but I do. Hopefully you don't have that problem. If you do, that's what I would recommend. Join the session. There we go. All right, so whenever we did the last lesson, we talked about what is matter and what are the three states. Today we're going to talk about changing states of matter. So how do you change from one state to the next? Key points are matter can change states. That's something you'll know by the end of this lesson. You'll know that heat causes matter to have more energy. So if you add heat, matter is going to have more energy. Taking away heat causes matter to lose energy. Makes sense. If you take away heat, that matter is going to lose some energy. Interesting. Starting off, open-ended question. What are the three states of matter, and what is matter made out of? So this one's interesting because you can record. So click record. Your voice will be recorded, and that way I can hear what are the three states of matter and what is matter made out of. Hopefully you remember that from last time. The three states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Matter is made out of particles. So again, after you do your question, read, look at the particles. Interesting. You know I love a cool video, so you're going to watch a cool video. Make sure you're paying attention to what happens to the particles of matter as it changes states. So what's happening to the particles when they change states? Cool video. It's about 3 minutes long, not too long. Remember, you're learning what happens to the particles when they change states. Once you're finished, you can take a short quiz to see if you remember the right things. What happens to particles of matter when they freeze? So you can pick your answer. They speed up and move farther apart. They slow down and become more organized. Nothing changes. So you pick your answer. Next. Again, next. So you go through your questions. If you have any questions reading, ask an adult, ask your brother and sister, whoever might be able to help you out. After you take your quiz. Boo. Not very good for Mr. Crone. Oh well. I'll get it next time. Starting off, what is freezing? So you'll read about what is freezing. You can see a picture right here. Liquid, the particles are starting to come closer together, turning into a solid. Freezing. Read. Example. Ice cubes. And you're going to draw a picture to show what happens to the particles of matter when they freeze. I gave you a picture you can look at if you need some ideas how to draw them. I should see particles getting closer together because that's what happens when freeze. They lose their energy. They start coming closer together, forming a solid. So your picture should look something like this over here. Once you're finished, you'll submit it. Again, writing, marker, pencil, whatever you need. Melting. So melting is when particles in a solid gain some heat energy and begin to move farther apart, turn the solid into a liquid. So as in this picture, all the particles are close together in a solid, starting to melt. They're getting farther apart. They're not so far apart like a gas, but they are able to move around, turning into a liquid. So again, you'll read, see an example. Just like before, drawing a picture. You might want to use this as an idea. Solid, getting heat energy, turning to liquid. Your picture should look something like that. Boiling point. So boiling point, heat energy is added to liquid. causing it to turn into a gas. So the liquid, you add even more energy, the particles can get farther apart. All of a sudden, they're so far apart, they fill up the whole container that they're in. They're a gas. You read, example, cool, steam, and draw your picture. Again, if you need to use the illustration to help, feel free. That's what it's there for. So it should look something like this. The gas particles are getting farther apart. Condensation, again, read, look at the picture, see an example, draw a picture of condensation. You need to use this picture for help? Go ahead. Alright, this is a cool thing that you can look at. So on the next slide, you will complete a simulation. Notice what happens when you add or take away heat energy. So you're going to click next. It's going to take you to the simulation. Let load. Right, so these are a bunch of particles. Right now they're close together, they're wiggling, but they can't move past each other, so they are solid. You're going to play around. This lever, pull it up, add heat. They get a little bit moving farther apart. Farther. All of a sudden, they're super far apart. Now watch what happens to cold. They're losing their energy, coming back together. Forming a solid. You can change temperature, looking like this. You can play around with what matter you're using. So this is neon, and it's a gas. But you can choose water molecules. Start off as a liquid. Cool them down. Look what happens to that liquid. All of a sudden, those particles stop moving. Add heat. Look what happens to that liquid. We got a lot of energy. They're starting to break apart. Fill up the container. Pretty cool. Play around with it. You can just start them off as a gas, solid, liquid. You can do different oxygen, argon, different elements, whatever you choose. Again, look what happens when you add heat and cool it down. What did you notice? So you'll be able to write down what you noticed. I noticed that when I added heat, particles got further apart. You write down what you noticed, click post, it'll go up onto the sticky board. What did you notice? Cool. After that, for your exit ticket, it says label the boiling point, melting point, freezing point, and condensation point on the diagram. So you can either use the pencil, write it down, or erase it. You can use the text, which what I might do. So then I would just type in a little bigger. Boiling point, and then you can move it to where it goes, right here, liquid to a gas. Again, either way, I don't mind, but once you're done, you'll hit submit, send it to me. And the second part of your exit ticket is explain what happens to the particles of liquid matter when you add heat. Make sure you use the word particles in your answer. So you're going to answer this question in a complete sentence. What happens to the particles of liquid matter when heat is added? Make sure you use particles in your answer. Again, when you're finished, hit submit. And that's it. Again, you can watch it as many times as you need to. Go back to any parts that you were a little confused about. If you want to look back on your exit ticket, that's totally fine. Let me know if you need any help. I hope you guys are staying safe. I'll see you again in a little bit. Bye.